Greetings, fellows. Welcome to another MTGA NerdPhil video. Hope you're having a wonderful week so far. You know what we're doing? We're playing some cool stuff in standard ranked, showing off some Strixhaven decks. Today we're going to be looking at a deck that does not comprise up to 5 schools, surprisingly. So this should be an interesting take today. So if you want to see more stuff like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, hit that notification bell to save an easier time finding him in the future, and of course so you can participate in Fan Submission Fridays, where you simply drop an Aether Hub link or copy and paste an entire deck list in the comments down below asking me to play a deck. Can be in any format, can be goofy, can be serious, whatever you guys want me to try out. So yeah. And of course, by now, hopefully I've gone live on Twitch at this point in the week. I'm usually going live from 7 to 11, maybe midnight PST. So if you want to support me, check out the description in down below. And that revolves on the question of the day. So I've got a set schedule so far on my Twitch page channel. But what would you guys like me to try out in Twitch, whether it's MTG related or not? I've kind of got separate days for separate things, but tell me what you think I should do to make it better. Because I'm going to be new to Twitch, so I'm pretty nervous. This won't be like, I haven't gone live in quite some time, and it's not for Magic either. So this will be interesting. So let me know in the comments down below what you think I should be doing, just to make it more entertaining on Twitch. Because I don't know, like, I'm a pretty upbeat guy, but I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna get nervous. But anyways, we are looking at Selesnya Magecraft. So Selesnya is not part of the 5 schools that we got in Strixhaven. There is support though, and we're mostly splashing for green. It's not heavy on green, it's mostly white, but let me show you what we are working with nonetheless. So of course we got our Lumimancer. This card has been popping off, especially with all the Magecraft triggers. It's kind of insane. Great turn 1 start for the most part. Defiant Strike, which works great because you draw a card. It's a cheap way to trigger Magecraft and still get some value out of it. So we are playing, there's a sub-theme of adventure, so Fairy Godmother is pretty solid here because although 2 mana is a lot, flying can be pretty important. It's part of evasion, and it triggers Magecraft, and then we get a cheap 1/1 flyer out of the deal. Same with Giant Killer, just good. I think this deck did need removal in some ways because sometimes you could get blown out if you don't get your combo pieces going early on. So this is a great way to hopefully make a comeback. Again, adventure cards work really great with Magecraft. Snakes and Gale for the protection. Was tempted to put in the Heroic Intervention, but I wanted something cheap, so decided to go with Snakes and Gale. Leonin Light Scribe, of course, for the Anthem-esque effect. Great card. Show of Confidence, which copies, and then you put counters, and it's just, you know, this card, if you've been in the standard ranked meta long enough, you know that this card is pretty outrageous with the Magecraft synergy. Just Guard Elite, which is also great because this card can buff itself. It doesn't need to rely on other cards out there to get the buff going, so I really like Dragon's Guard Elite here. And to Mavindas, because this card casts all your stuff in the graveyard for free because they all target a creature, so this is a cheap way just to get more recursion, get your combo pieces going once again, and of course it's a flyer, so that's pretty nice. Let's start Beaks for another adventure card. Great card all around. It's always been good in the standard, been a solid 3-drop, so that's what we're going to end with. And then we got Castle Arnvale's, Plains, Forest, Pathways, and some Fabled Passage. So let's go ahead and bring this into the liner. So I did make a couple of changes. I was putting in the Kaldheim tapped lands. It was the green-white, put a counter on 2 target creatures, and then I realized, you know, I'd rather play Fabled Passages over it. So good card overall though. I don't know if it's a little loud. I hope it's not too loud for you guys, but this is a solid hand. I'm going to go ahead and keep this here. Okay, looks like we're playing against Mono White. Pretty common archetype here. So I could play the Fairy Godmother, which I think I'm actually inclined to do. Yeah, you know, let's just go ahead and play the Fairy Godmother. Feels a little loud. I'm just gonna bring it down just a tad bit for you guys. There you go. Yep, this is Mono White, so pretty common thing you're gonna see in the meta, and we are turn 2, which is a bit of a shame, but I think once we get to our turn, we should be okay. I don't know what this is. When you attack. Oh, wow. This is a great enchantment. I didn't know about this card. Huh. Yep. So we're going to take 4. So we're in a lot of trouble here, but we should be okay. I think we pass the turn. I think I want to get as much triggers. It's very tempting to put in the Leon and Light Scribe, but I think what we want to do is actually just wait just a tad bit. Okay, yep. And this is why we did it. So we are going to do this. Give him protection here, which is great. So, no thank you. Yep, makes sense. Okay. Okay. So I'm actually gonna do. See if I can. Okay. Did not draw another instant or sorcery, so. What I can do though is kind of force the opponent to make awkward decisions. He will get rid of the Leon and Light Scribe, which makes sense, but at least we get to get rid of the dog, which I think is pretty important. But I think this game is theirs nonetheless. Yeah. I'm going to give it to them. So they got that crazy start. They got the turn 1 Luminarch Aspirant, and they got... I actually didn't know about the enchantments. That's actually pretty crazy. Good addition to the Monowhite deck. So that's a deck you're going to see quite often in the meta. Don't be too surprised if they also get the crazy start. You know, I'm here to show you the real things. I'm not here to edit games in between and say I went 6-0. That's just not me. Also, I just really don't have time to edit, if I'm frankly honest. But as you can see, though, we got like really, we got a crazy. We ourselves got a pretty good start. So we all have our adventure side here, which is fine. It looks like they mulliganed and then they got to keep 7. I'm not sure what happened there. So, oh, okay. No, they didn't. I was a little confused. Okay, Fabled Passage. Pretty common start we'll see there. Okay. So the weird thing about this deck is that compared to the Monowhite Magecraft is that your adventure cards could come in first and then you're kind of just sitting there without a whole lot to do. So kind of that's what's happening right now. So we got a little unlucky, but not like unreasonably unlucky because we are playing a good split. So okay, Foretell. So we're just gonna go ahead. I'm actually going to go ahead and Defiant Strike. Seems weird, but I want to draw a card. I don't necessarily trust the... Never trust the randomizer first off. Just kind of... Gotta let... Another Foretell card. They didn't draw a land. That's pretty huge. So I'm actually going to go ahead and... Slay the Lovestruck Beast. I know I would love to play it turn 4, but I'm going to try and get aggressive here while the opponent is missing their land drop. So, okay, they did manage to draw a land this time around, so got to be a little cautious here. I'm definitely worried about a Doomscar, but kind of have to run into it, right? Yeah, and this is also why I would like to play Heroic Intervention, but... You know, you just got to work with what you have. So we're getting really unlucky here. We are drawing the non-white part of our, or non-Magecraft part of our deck, but seems like he's going to try and bounce something. So this is great. So we're going to get a 2-for-1 here. We get to keep our attacker. We do lose the Lovestruck Beast being able to attack, but I certainly think it's worth it. Because they lose a Brazen Bar, which is pretty huge. And I did not play the Mavidina because I just want to wait a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do this for drawing a card. Again, I don't trust. Okay, so that was decent. That's what we like to see. Against the control deck though, I might just actually like hold up for Castle Ardenvale. I feel like that's the better play if I'm frankly honest. You know what? I am, because I make a 1/1, which also enables the Love Struck Beast. So it puts them on a clock more than me, because I get to react to what they're doing. So I actually really like this plan. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and attack here. Yeah, now they have to respond. Well, they don't have to, but I don't know if taking 8 is ideal. Okay. This is where I kind of wish I had played the Mavinda, but this also works. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna search for planes here. And the reason for that is I can keep activating Castle Ardenvale and still have a green just in case I need it. Okay. They're probably looking for a Doomscar at this point. I'm just gonna wait. I'm pretty sure one of them is a Doomscar. I'm gonna wait till they pop it off before I play my bigger creatures. Yep, there we go. See? Easy prediction, honestly. It's especially in a blue-white deck. And this is why Castle Ardenvale is probably one of the better cards against control, in my opinion. I could play... I feel like that's another Doomscar. So, you know what? The army of 1/1s is just going to get us there. Castle Ardenvale is the best card against control. That is kind of a problem, except this is why we play Giant Killer. Kind of a problem, but not at all, really. Okay. Attack here. Drew another Giant Killer, which is... honestly, that was fantastic. Alright, and we'll end the turn. Whew, so... yeah, their second Doomscar, which I'm pretty sure that is, kind of useless, to be quite frank. Because I'm just not going to play anything until they play it themselves. It's up to them at the end of the day, not me. Ooh, Leonin. Okay, we finally got a Magecraft card. That will hopefully do something, but... I'm just going to keep waiting. Ooh, that was actually a bit of a bummer. Because it's 3, so it's like the exact number they needed to kind of stop me there. I could play the Fairy Godmother at the very least. Playing the Leonin Lightscribe will probably incentivize them to use the Doomscar, so I'm actually just going to go ahead and play this guy. I'm like 90% sure that's the second Doomscar. Okay. That's fine. This is why, again, why we play Giant Killers. Okay. So this is where Magecraft stuff starts to matter just a tad bit here. To play this for free, or cast it for so I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna try and apply pressure here. Yeah, this is the time to do it because I believe this wins me the game. Yep, this wins me the game. Woo! Okay, so we beat control. That's super important. Even with an unlucky start, we did manage to beat out control. Honestly, Castle Ardenvale was the MVP card, which is like a little unusual because it's like this is about Magecraft, but Castle Ardenvale is so good against control because you get to kind of just the flow of the battle becomes in your hands and not theirs. And that's super important against control, because making them react to what you do, because control is usually the reactive player, but they react on their terms, but making them react on your turn is so crucial. So I don't know, I think that was super important. So we did get a Fable Passage here, not ideal against another control deck as well. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of start the train roll going here. I might just play the Dragon's Guard Elite just to kind of make things in my favor a little bit more, I think. Yeah, I think that's the right play. Kind of make them decide what they want to do. They're probably playing... This is the Sultai variant too, so I want to try and be aggressive as fast as possible. And they're probably playing Heartless Act, which is super important. So the faster I can kind of get a counter on Dragon's Guard Elite, the better. So no attacks, got nothing to hide. I would like to draw probably a green mana, honestly. So there is a Heartless Act as predicted. And that's good that they did it on the Dragon's Guard Elite. On them, that was a good decision, because the counter's going to the Dragon's Guard Elite and not the Luminarch Aspirant. So we did not draw the third land that we were looking for. And honestly, I probably have to search for a white, if I'm frankly honest, because our hand is a little more white heavy. So that's really unfortunate, but we drew 3 of our Giant Killer, so kind of unlikely probability kind of happened, but it happens, right? Does it happen more often than usual? Probably in MTG Arena than in person, but that's okay. So we probably are going to lose here because we were turned behind. And this is always why I'm wearing Fabled Passage. Esca's Chariot. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's game, if I'm frankly honest. So, okay. I'm going to go ahead and scoop, which seems weird, right? It's like 2020, but I wasn't able to draw on land, and I just don't have any other kind of synergistic value in my train right now. So I'm going to go ahead and scoop that. So this is like the thing with the green-white variant. Is that it's probably more dependent on your Magecraft creatures than the mono white, because mono white is self-sustainable in a lot of ways. You can mix and match, and the Subtheme of Adventure is also pretty dangerous. I was tempted to put the Innkeeper in there that draws, but I feel like that drifts farther and farther away from kind of what the deck needs to be doing. So once again, we are stuck with kind of a crummy hand, but hello. Oh, he's playing rogues. That's why he's so happy. But that's okay, honestly. Just gonna try our best. That's what we always go for, right? Always try. So my goal... Oh, is this mono blue mill? Interesting. Okay. I don't know if this is actually rogues, because I also played the duelist in my deck, so... Okay, so Divine Strike might be useful here just because it will enable us to draw a card. That's why Divine Strike is super good in the Magecraft deck, because... Okay, it looks like it's mono blue mill. I don't know what this does. Can't be cast in their graveyards. That's actually super important because it shuts down Abadina or whatever. So that's actually pretty crucial. I'm gonna go ahead and attack here. Okay, no blocks, and then we can respond. I'm gonna hold back. Tempting to play the Lovestruck Beast for the Adventure side, just for the 1/1, but I'd rather hold on to Thanksgiving Veil, just in case. You never really know what's happening, so... Okay, that's fine. Missed a land drop, it looks like, so... I've not played against Mono Blue Mill quite... Oh, we lost the Divine Strike. That's like one of our better cards, too. Rats. Okay. Okay. It's actually pretty important here. Try to see if I can bait out a counter. Okay. So it probably targets... Yep. So this is where this comes in handy, just a tad bit. So he can jump block, which is pretty important, but having the opponent jump block... I'm actually going to go ahead and play Giant Killer. I don't think I'm going to be killing anything with 4 or greater, so that's pretty important. that's fine. Did lose a land, but that's okay. I think we are doing better than they are for the most part, so... lost a Fabled Passage. A little annoying, not gonna lie. Decide to try and go for a card draw here. Alright. So... I'm gonna go ahead and attack here. Okay. Interesting that they would do that knowing what type of deck I'm playing. Yeah, super interesting. I don't know if they're just trying to survive. That might be the play. That might be the case. Okay, that's fine. We are looking for a green land. They are actually milling us pretty, like, decently. Yep, and we're not drawing, like, fantastic cards either by any means, so also super important to recognize. Okay. I'm actually going to go ahead and putting out the Luminancer here. Just try to make sure that just in case I run out of cards, I know I still have things available, but just in case, there's a Rune Crab. He said good game, so okay, cool. So we do beat that. I'm gonna get in for one more game here because that was like, they didn't get the card draw. Honestly, that was kind of way in our favor. So just get in for one more game. Make it a little bit longer than usual, but hopefully that will be for your entertainment. And again, you can kind of see me play like this in Twitch live, so again, check out the description, follow me on Twitch. I don't think I've set up like donation stuff yet. I'm still trying to figure out Twitch. It is so confusing, guys. But yeah, if you want to help me support, help me pay off some loans, you know, that'd be great. Just finished law school, so you know I'm kind of swimming in debt. Not like swimming, but like because I actually got like a lot of scholarships, but you know it's still a lot. But I know that's the case for a lot of people, so you know. But hopefully, if you've been enjoying my content, and hopefully when you join me live, yeah, I think it'd be great. So I mold down to 5, but still playing. That's Tybalt's Trickery or a mono something deck if I ever saw one. Mono green? Oh, it's an adventure deck. Okay, that's actually kind of important to recognize. I'm pretty sure they have a Bone Crusher Giant. This is actually fine. It's a bit of a risk, but I'm actually going to go ahead and pass the turn. Because I'm pretty sure that's a Bone Crusher Giant. It is not a Bone Crusher Giant. I made a mistake. This sucks. I messed up, but it's okay. Oh, maybe they have a shock, though. They still hovered. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So, I kind of wanted a second green for the Dragon's Guard Elite, so I'm going to play a little bit more safe here. And just get in the air right there. And I tapped the green. The auto tap is terrible. I should have been watching out for that. So I might actually just straight up lose the Luminancer for no reason because the auto tap screwed me over and I wasn't paying attention. So this is bad. Okay, he's playing weird stuff that I'm not familiar with, so this is super interesting. Okay, that is very good. To actually play the Fairy Guide Mother. It's actually Guide Mother. I actually forgot about that. I guess they can't use Godmother. Is that the reason? So we're still in a good shape, actually, and we can do 2 Magecraft triggers next turn, which would be really, really solid. So we're still in a good position, actually. So all is good. I just really thought they had a Bone Crusher. I always assume they have a Bone Crusher. So it's just kind of the way I always look at it. But yeah, I'm just... Okay. So they went for the attack. Super interesting here. So yeah, put it on the Dragon's Guard Elite because he'll become a 4/4. and then he'll be able to destroy the Love Struck Beast on attack. Yeah, probably not what he thought. Snakes. That's why splashing the green, I think, for Snakeskin Veil is super important. I'm not sure what he could do for 1 green regardless. Oh, that's right. He can make it a 5/3. Or a 6/3. Goodness gracious. Wow, okay, I actually miscalculated that. That's bad. Do I take 6? I could chump block. Could always chump block. It's always an answer. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna attack here. Okay, he fell for the bait, which is huge. So I'm actually going to put it on here, because he'll get the counter, so he'll kill the Love Struck Beast, and I get to just kind of abuse the Lumimancer. It's kind of insane, honestly. And I still get to play the Fairy Guide Mother. Okay, so we're looking really solid. We have a 7/7 on the board. We have a 2/3, which is like not bad. We are on top deck city, which is always a concern, but that's okay. I actually don't know what land this is. Hall of Oracles. Activate this only as a sorcery and only if you cast an instant or sorcery. Oh, that's super interesting. That is definitely more of a Magecraft card, which doesn't look like he has all that much. So, oh, well, he does have the adventure card, so that's not entirely true. So, okay, so we're looking pretty solid. Oh, that's actually not bad. Unfortunately, can't cast it for the instant side right now, but it could come in handy actually. So you could chump block here, which is totally fine. Still get in the air for 1, and we still get to hold up one of our MVP cards, Castle Ardenvale. So really solid position we're in still. And holding up a Giant Killer is actually just still pretty solid because it'll just remove a lot of threats that we'll see on the board. So I'm pretty happy with the board situation right now. Playing against a Gruul. So there's Love Struck Beast. Okay. Yep. Alright, and what do you want to do? I'm gonna go ahead and just kill him because I don't really want to deal with him, and I still get all the crazy triggers. I guess I could have actually wait until my turn. That was actually the better decision. Actually, not really, because it would have only been a 4/5, so it doesn't really matter all that much. Okay, yeah, and he's still losing a bunch of cards in the process, so okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just play my creatures here. So we are in top deck city. That's what's super important. That's why Defiant Strike is super important in this deck. I was debating about putting other draw cards, but I just really kind of need to figure out exactly what the ratio was. Okay. This is actually fine. Nothing's really changing for the most part, so sure. You can have a 6/6. They are coming back though, so they've drawn a lot of Love Struck Beast, but wow, we drew a fantastic card, which is gonna catapult us. So I think we play this guy. I'm gonna put it on the flyer. If we attack with everybody, he blocks the 9, blocks the 4, takes 2. So he still gets to which is actually fine. Because we still have Snakeskin Veil as well to trigger, so we're not it's not completely over by any means. And we still get to use the Giant Killer to tap down, so that will also remove a blocker. So we just have to wait for the right time. In the meantime, we have flyers to get us there. So we're still in a good position, even though we're in top deck city. I suspect at some point we are going to start drawing lands. So Mavinda's going to really need to kind of do a lot here, honestly. The next Snakeskin's Veil trigger. Okay. That was unfortunate. But it's not the end of the world. Sure, you can have 2 6/6s. That doesn't really bother me all that much. So I guess I should have waited for the Mavinda to play Snakeskin Veil, but I wanted to get a little bit more aggressive. Oh, wow, that was... Oh, that might actually do it. So get rid of 1 blocker. Oh, yeah, I believe that's game. Because we get to play Snakeskin Veil as well. I'm going to put it on... Yeah, that might do it. I'm going to hold back the Giant Killer. I don't know what my math is, but I don't think it matters. I think it is good game. I think I have enough attackers to get us there. Yep, and then he takes 7. Whew, okay, Mavinda doing some great work there. Honestly, the savior. A lot of people looked at that card and went like, that card's stupid. It's like, it's actually not. It's pretty busted. Because you pay 0 for great card effects like Snakeskin. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. My take on Selesnya Magecraft. It's very similar to what people have been running, but wanted to make a few tweaks of my own as well, as I always do, to try to beat the meta. So if you guys enjoyed that, again, hit the buttons down below. It really helps me out. Comment your fan submission deck list. Even if you submitted before, you can submit as many times as you like. And of course, follow me on Twitch. Description's down there. Hopefully you guys will catch me live. So right now up top, YouTube is showing a video of my most recent upload, and then right below that is a video that YouTube thinks you specifically like. So go ahead, check those videos out. Really helps me. We're on the road to 300 subscribers, so I'd love to see you guys there. So thank you all so much for watching. See you for your next NerdPhil.